Art exists, whether you want it to or not. And it exists for many reasons. It is an expression of the human condition. If it's in you to be an artist, you will be an artist, whether you want to be an artist or not. You don't have a choice.
On the chimney, St. Nicholas came.
I went to the High School of Music and Art, and I majored in music and voice. I had been dancing. I began to find people who were doing acting, and I liked the acting very much. So another student introduced me to an acting teacher, and he had a little acting company. And I joined his little acting company while I was in high school. And I worked with Barbara Loden. She was attached to Kazan, and she suggested me.
Elia Kazan is a traitor.
The Academy's Board of Governors presents its honorary Oscar to a man whose work is vitally important in the history of American film.
He is a man who sold to McCarthy all of his companions.
This is another lobby card of mine in my collection.
Great.
This is signed by Kazan. It says, "To Spike, my main man."
Art does not walk around saying, you're a nice guy, so you're going to be a great artist.
You don't have to be afraid of me. I'm not going to bite you.
You can't ask a person to be a god, with a halo. We don't have halos.
The Long Walk with Eva Marie Saint. And Brando puts on her glove.
Right.
Mac to say, cut, cut, cut. Eva Marie Saint dropped her glove. No, Brando's not gonna do that.
Right.
He picked up the glove, kept going. It was in the moment, natural, just put the glove
Right.
on his hand. And it really showed to me that even though he might seem like he's a thug, a monster, he's still a human being that he would to put on her glove on his hand.
That there was a gentleness about him.
Yes.
If a person is told that if you don't come up with some names for us, you will never work again, okay? And the projects that you just finished will not be allowed to exist. Now, come on. There was a chance that On the Waterfront would never have been produced.
I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody.
There were people who were told the same thing and who didn't give names, and their lives turned into hell. And some of them committed suicide.
You ratted on us, Terry.
From where you stand, maybe, but I'm standing over here now. I was ratting on myself all them years. I didn't even know it.
Come on.
You give it to Joey, you give it to Dugan, you give it to Charlie, who was one of your own. You think you're God Almighty, but you know what you are?
Come on.
You're a cheap, lousy, dirty, stinking mug. And I'm glad what I've done to you.
In New York, the winner is On the Waterfront, Elia Kazan.
What did you hope to gain by that?
Gain nothing, and just the truth. The only thing I had to gain was the feeling that I was doing the right thing. I didn't have a damn thing to gain about it.
I thank you very much. I really like to hear that.
I think part of the reason he took me for the part, was that he was trying to sort of make up for it because he knew that I was a child of very radical parents.
The big Matzos bakeries usually distribute it free to the Jewish families who are too poor to pay for it.
My mother was born in Russia, came here in 1902 as a young girl. She became an orphan at the age of 12, but my mother became a doctor. And my mother treated many, many people for no money.